The day has arrived. It's time for another PCGS unboxing. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and it's finally time to unbox my PCGS submission. This is the one that I submitted 8 coins on. One was that 1901 Indian head cent that I found coin roll hunting. Another was an 1883 CC Morgan dollar that I'm hoping got the deep mirrored proof-like finish. Although it did have some scratches, I think that they'll overlook that because those scratches are consistent with other ones that had the deep mirrored proof-like finishes as well. There's also a couple of varieties in here. There's 3 or 4 different other varieties that I submitted that don't have varieties recognized by PCGS, but I submitted them with the Wexler's variety listings in hopes that they would at least put the designation on their holder. You never know. On top of that, we have a couple of VAMs and a few other goodies in here. So some of these coins I did find coin roll hunting. Some I had through purchases or other acquisitions, either through a junk silver purchase or something like that. And we're gonna go through it, see what we got. Hopefully we got good grades. Hopefully we got variety designations, and hopefully we got that DMPL designation on that Morgan. Let me go ahead and crack open this box and have it where it's the next stage, which is the PCGS box inside. And I'm hoping I got the orange box that they have for the 4th quarter, but the submission was submitted before the 4th quarter, so I don't know. I'm rambling, I'm excited, I'm sorry. Let me get this box open. All right, I've got the box out, and of course I didn't get the orange PCGS box because it was submitted before the 4th quarter. Thought they might add it in just because it was returned in the 4th quarter, but no such luck. As a reminder, I'm gonna run through the list really quick. We submitted a 1901 1 cent Indian head cent, obviously. An 1883 O, looking for the VAM 4 over O. An 1886 VAM 17, which is the doubled arrows on the back. The 1883 CC proof-like, I actually called them after I submitted it and said that I selected proof-like, but I wanted the DMPL if possible. And they said that the inspection would yield whether it was proof-like, DMPL, or none of the above. I also submitted a beautiful 1959D 5 cent nickel that I thought had full steps and was in high grade. A 43S war nickel that was the DDO 002, again, not one recognized by them, but hoping they put it on there. A 29S Buffalo nickel with an RPM, an S over S. And then that 2015D Homestead that I thought might have been a DDR, and I told them to look at the H on Homestead, and we'll take a look at that. So that's the recap. Let me get this open and set up. Hopefully I can open it properly so that it's reverse facing me and that I can start off with the Homestead, moving on up last to the Indian head cent. Let me get that done and I'll bring you back in. All right, that was scary. I chose the back. As you know, on these boxes, the front has your submission information and your name. So I was assuming it was packed this way, so I started from the back side, and it worked out because I could see the quarter there. We have all the reverses facing. I haven't seen anything yet, and believe me, it's been tough not to take a peek. Now, I will tell you, I did get my bill, and my credit card bill was slightly charged less. I don't know exactly what that is yet because I didn't want to look at the packing slip to see any information. But we're going to kick it off with the first one right here, and this is the 2015 D Homestead Quarter that I was hoping would have a variety designation on. I will link any of these coins that I found coin roll hunting. I'll put the link to the video that I found them in both down below and above here. And again, you can check those videos out if you want to see what we got, but I just want to make sure you knew that ahead of time. Without further ado, here's the quarter. Did I get a variety designation on it? We did not. We did not get the variety designation on it. They just gave me a Mint State 64, and obviously I would not have submitted a Homestead Quarter in nice condition just to get a regular grade. So definitely a shame. That makes me concerned that I'm not going to get any of the designations, but this one would have been a discovery piece, and I'll put it under the scope here in a second and show you why I submitted it in case you haven't seen that video. So I've got the quarter under the scope, and I'm going to apologize for the glare. And I wasn't concerned with the machine doubling on the word Homestead. Wasn't concerned with that. What I had a question about was the H. And you can clearly see it looks like we have additional parts of the H. And for machine doubling to happen like that, that's crazy. That's why I submitted it. But either they feel that it's not double die, or they didn't want to give me a designation for it, and that's kind of a bummer, so we're not off to a great start. But at the end of the day, I'll take it. I've got it slabbed and preserved. If for some reason down the road these do get recognized as a variety, I can always resubmit it back to them. MS64 grade, it is what it is. All right, next up, this should be the Buffalo Nickel if it's packed in order, and it is. Now, I did find this quarter hunting, and again, I'll have a link down below and above, and it's in pretty good shape. I thought that this coin would probably be in around the XF condition, XF 40 to 45, and I wasn't submitting it because of the condition. I don't need slabbed XF condition Buffalo Nickels. I wasn't looking for that. I wanted this one to have the RPM 001 designation. That is a variety recognized by Wexler's, but it's not one that PCGS has been known to slab up. Let's see if they gave it to me. And they didn't. So I guess this will explain some of the lesser charges on the credit card. They did not give me my variety designation on this one, which tells me my War Nickel might not have one either. I mean, it's in great shape. It's a nice looking Buffalo Nickel, don't get me wrong. But XF45, I mean, this is probably a $20 nickel at best. So that's kind of a bummer. I won't show you the back on this one because of the glare, but you can check out the video for it, and you can see when I found it in a box that it's clearly the RPM 001. Either way, XF45, we'll take it. Next up is going to be that War Nickel I found corner hunting as well. And again, I'll have a video link to it down below and above. It's a beautiful coin. Now this one I knew would receive at least some kind of mint state based on the appearance and the luster. And I'm hoping we got a high mint state, but really hoping for that DDO 002. That's why I submitted it. And we didn't get it either. So we are 0 for 3 on submitting coins to PCGS without PCGS recognized variety designations, which is why I've prolonged submitting these. I didn't think they would get it, but I was hoping maybe they would, and they didn't. This is a really nice doubled die obverse, and again, if you check out the video, you'll see it, but it is definitely a beautiful coin. And you know what? A War Nickel found in a box of nickels grading MS64, can't get mad at that. It's a fine grade. I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably only a $15 to $20 coin as well, but I can't get mad. Check out this beautiful, beautiful War Nickel. Unbelievable. Wish we would have got the designation. We didn't, but that was kind of expected, I guess. Hopefully our luck changes. This is a common 1959 Denver minted Jefferson Nickel. But for those that don't know, a lot of the 40s and 50s and even 60s Jefferson Nickels did not get minted with full steps, about 10% of them. So the population of graded nickels with full steps, especially in those decades, is pretty slim. And when I found this, and again, I didn't date the flip, but when I did find it, I thought this is a stunner, and I figured it had full steps based on my vision of what full steps is. Now, I've submitted several coins for full steps, and I get about 75% of them back with the designation, so I'm feeling pretty lucky on it, but you never know. Let's flip it, and let's see what the grade is, and if I got the full steps designation. We did. 1959D, PCGS graded MS65, full steps. I will take that. Man, I thought it might be a 66, but it got a 65. I'm fine with that, and I'm really happy that we got full steps as well. I will take that all day. I'm happy. We finally got something with a variety designation on it and a grade that I'm pretty proud of. What a nice nickel. I will bring up at the end of the video the population report and the cert numbers on all of these coins. I don't want to do it right now. I don't want to risk seeing any other grades, but I'll give you a little bit more detail on these coins at the end of the video. Man, I'm happy about that. Next up, we have that 1883 CC, and I'll tell you a story about this coin. I picked this coin up at my silver dealer. He wanted $200 for it because it was a CC, and when I took a look at it, I said, holy cow, that looks like proof-like. Now, I didn't say that out loud, but I purchased it for $200. He was asking $200 for it because it was a CC in really nice shape. Basically, the gray sheet value at MS63. I agreed that it was at least MS63, possibly higher, but more importantly, I noticed the strike. You can see the beautiful strike on this Morgan dollar, and it being a CC, I had to submit it. I'm praying that they gave me at least a proof-like strike, MS63, but in my opinion, it warranted DMPL or deep mirrored proof-like. Let's see if we got it. And we did. 1883 CC PCGS MS63. So they gave me not the between score that they always give me those 62s on. And we got a DMPL. I am excited about that. Holy cow. And I told you at the onset I was worried about it because it does have some scratching or some blemishing right there to the right of Liberty. But I noticed online a lot of these coins with DMPL did have some of those either over polishing marks or something. So I took my chance and I submitted it. Man, I'm shaking. I'm excited. I'm sorry, but we really wanted this one. This was the one that I was most concerned about. Other than the Indian had sent what kind of grade it would get, this is the one that I was most concerned about, and we got it. It's got to be worth something decent being DMPL, and we got the MS63. I definitely believe I got more than the $200 I paid, plus the grading fees back on this one. I'll be excited to check the PCGS value on this one next. Holy cow. Beautiful. I will take that all day. Another win. It's good to see, especially after a few losses. The next two coins are a couple of VAMs, an 1886 Morgan dollar and an 1883 Morgan dollar. These are not going to be in the best condition. My biggest hope is that I got the VAMs. This is a really nice coin as far as the toning, and the strike was nice. It does have some of that yellow, purple, green, amber colors. Loved it. But when I looked at it, I noticed that it had the doubled arrows on the back, and I designated it as VAM 17. Let's hope I got the variety attribution for it. And we did, and of course we got the in-between grade. It is a top 100 VAM. Beautiful. PCGS MS62 VAM 17 doubled arrows. Look at the toning on this Morgan dollar. It is a stunner. I was hoping for an MS63 or a 64, but they gave me the 62, man. I hate when I get those grades. Why can't we just get the 63? But I'm not mad. It is a top 100 VAM, and I got the designation. I'll take it. Man, it's a beauty too. What a beautiful coin. Holy cow. That makes me happy. That's another win. I did buy this in a junk silver purchase, if you will. But again, I don't remember the video. I think it was in one of my VAM videos. I'll link that video below and above just in case this is the one that was in there as well. And even the next one that I'll show you next. Nice. So here we go. We're going to look at this one next. I am going to do my best not to look at the next coin. So we're just going to slide this over here first and foremost. This is the other 1883-0. It's the VAM 4 O over O. And again, we can show this at the end when I do the certifications, but I don't want to show it under the scope with the amount of glare. Did we get the VAM? We did. Another top 100, and we got a 63. Thank goodness. Holy cow, we got a 63 on a top 100 VAM 4 O over O. Look at this beauty. I think it has less hair detail than the previous one we just showed you, but they gave this one the higher grade. 1883-0, top 100 VAM, O over O. I will take that all day. What a beautiful coin as well. Beautiful. Man, I'm glad I got the VAM designation. Glad I got the 63. Happy to have submitted this. Again, I think it's part of that VAM hunt video I did, and I'll have a link to that video down below and above. That's awesome. Well, you're not going to believe this. I was getting ready to pull the next one out, and this is what I see. What are you saying? Genuine, not gradable. Are they telling me that this has been cleaned? Because no way. I inspected this coin inside and out before I submitted it. There's no cleaning marks on it whatsoever. And the one coin I'm most excited about, it's not gradable. Unbelievable. Let me flip it around and see what they say. Questionable color. 1901 PCGS genuine, questionable color, unk details. Questionable color. I mean, I guess the only thing they could possibly say about the color is it's too red. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. So I went on to my certification and I went ahead and brought this information up about what questionable color is to them. And I'm not going to read it all, but what they're saying is that some toning can be added, enhanced, or accelerated by artificial means, creating the appearance of natural toning. Copper coins are sometimes stripped of their color to simulate their original red appearance. In most cases, these treatments will result in unnatural colors, which the experts at PCGS will reject, and I did watch the video, which wasn't very helpful, to tell you the truth. I'm really bummed about this. This coin is a beautiful coin. I don't see any stripping of the color. I see beautiful cartwheeling. Unless they're just too amazed at the fact that it was this brilliantly uncirculated for being 119 years old, I don't see how it's got a questionable color. This looks just like regular toned copper coins, or actually untoned copper coins when they come from the mint. I'm beside myself. I guess I'll ask you guys out there, is this something that I should crack from this case and submit to NGC? Or should I just leave it? They're not saying it's clean. It's not damaged. They're just uncertain about the color on it. Unbelievable. No grade because it's rejected. I can't believe it. Questionable color. I don't know. It is what it is. At least for now. I'm very disappointed. I know you guys are probably disappointed too. We all were thinking this was going to be a mid to high mint state. Personally, I thought it was a 65. I knew it wasn't north of 67 because on the diamonds, and I'll try to show the diamonds at least, but on the diamonds, we've got really strong on 3 of them. This one has a slight bit of wear, so I knew that that one right there would probably be a detractor more than anything, which is why I didn't think it would be a 66 or a 67, but I was still thinking at worst case, it would get a grade of MS63 or better, and we didn't even get a grade. Oh well, it happens. But I don't know if I want this to be the end of this coin. I may break it out and resubmit it to a different company, but I've never done that, and I'm not big on doing that. Questionable color is a tough call, though, because they know it's not cleaned. I know it's not cleaned. They just couldn't make a decision on it. And maybe that's why it took an extra 2 weeks to get my grade back. Maybe it was disagreed on by a few graders, and ultimately they decided since they couldn't come to an agreement, they would just call it questionable color for safety. Either way, 1901 Indian Head Cent, beautifully uncirculated, brilliant as can be, questionable color. All right, let me go bring up the PCGS certification and we'll run across some of the values on some of these coins. So here's my order details. I think it's funny they gave it a brown because they can't determine whether the color is authentic or not. they gave it a brown number, PCGS 2208 instead of 2210. So they did give it a color designation on the base coin, but that's because they can't confirm whether it's red or red brown or anything. Unbelievable. So we got the certification brought up, and there's going to be no value because it's not graded. But a Mint State Indian Head Cent 1901 Unk Details goes for about $100 plus $125 in a Mint State 63. Of course, we can't even say it's Mint State 63 because it's got no grade, but there's no way it's less than that. Either way, that's a bummer. That's the first one. There you go. Next up is the one that I have to be most excited about now for this order. It's the 1883cc DMPL. Let me bring up the certification on that one next. All right, 1883. Let's bring this bad boy up. We do have a price guide grade of $450 on this grade. That's a pretty good deal considering I spent $200 on the coin and then another $50 on grading fees, roughly 50 bucks. So we spent $250 all in and we got a couple $100 back in value. That's kind of nice. There's a lot graded higher because, again, we only got a 63, which I will take, hoping for that 64 or 65. I'm going to bump this value way up. But either way, I'll take an MS63 DMPL on a Morgan dollar purchased for 200 bucks. Best coin of the lot so far. And then next we have the Full Steps Nickel. Let me bring that one up next. All right, the Full Steps Nickel, we'll click on the cert. Pretty good value, $175 for a nickel I paid 5 cents for plus grading fees. So we paid about 50 bucks for that coin overall. We made our money back. I'll take it. There's only 20 graded higher, which is why I was hoping for that MS66, like I said. I wonder what it would have been if it would have been a 66. I kind of forgot what the value was. Yeah, see, look at the value. $1,700 compared to $175. Had we just got a 66 on there, this thing would have been a small fortune. Couldn't get it, but I'll take the Full Steps designation all day. For sake of time, since none of the final three got a variety designation and they're not going to be worth very much, we're not going to bring up the certifications on them. And at the end of the day, I'm super bummed about the 1901 that received the PCGS Genuine questionable color grade. Unbelievable. Oh well, that's how it goes sometimes. You can't be perfect and you never know what they're going to see that maybe you didn't. I will say, for sake of being politically correct, I did notice that when I found this coin, it was really, really, really brilliantly red. And I think that is what's throwing it off. It's just so red, almost like it came straight from the mint and submitted as if it was 119 years ago. That's the only thing I can think of is it's just too red, and that's what's throwing the flag off. It's a bummer. Either way, we didn't do that bad. We didn't do that great either. But hopefully, despite what we got, you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, happy submitting, and thanks for watching.